when the curve is, when interest rates are very, very low, and it loses when interest rates start ramping up. So here's Bitcoin, and obviously we can understand Bitcoin from the price point of view, because we shouted to sell at 69,000. You'll remember we shouted sell side Bitcoin at 69,000. Well, there's 69,000 there, guys. We actually watched Bitcoin on a daily basis whilst it traded up towards 69,000, and everybody was losing their minds because it was 69,000. Hold on a second.
Yes, they were. And look where it is now. Is David in? Yeah, David, I remember when you asked that question. At 69,000.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so why did we know that Bitcoin was going to sell 69,000? Why did we sell short Bitcoin at 69,000? Why were we giving that call? Well, it was all about interest rates. We go along to Bitcoin's history. You can see obviously it's been punctuated by some serious rallies and serious falls all the way through this process. Well, let's take a look at interest rates to see how it impacts. In the early stages, you can see why we got this massive rally in Bitcoin, because we got the free and easy money of 2020, didn't we? You see that? Free and easy cash. Bitcoin goes to the moon. Now, the thing that stopped Bitcoin's rally, for me personally, was this starting point for interest rates coming back off the bottom edges. Do you see it? So as interest rates start coming off the bottom edges, one of the things you start seeing here when interest rates came off the bottom edges here was, to me, that was the end of Bitcoin at that stage. And we gave out a little shout to sell Bitcoin in there. When interest rates came creeping back off, there was a nice buyable opportunity in there at 30,000. And obviously when interest rates ramped up, there was nowhere for Bitcoin to go at that stage, guys. It was just madness. 69,000 to me was absolute madness. So in that situation there, of course, Bitcoin's doomed. And obviously Bitcoin has came crashing down ever since interest rates rallied like this. And there was plenty of opportunities to get short Bitcoin, 45, 48, 49, 50,000 there, for example. Plenty of opportunities to sell Bitcoin during that period. And obviously when interest rates on the twos reaches an end point, and it's not perhaps a million miles away, depending upon how inflation does develop, but if they can stall the economy long enough to take some of the heat out of inflation, and that's obviously a very, very fine balancing act for the Fed in anybody's world, because do you do that at the expense of employment? Perhaps that's maybe something that they might start thinking about. That if they do that, they might be willing to take unemployment back up to try and take some heat out of something somewhere. But anyway, so they're obviously trying not to do that. But obviously with 2-year yields away up here, how the hell could you be possibly thinking that Bitcoin wasn't going to sell off from 32, 33,000 down to a low price of 23,000? With this latest ramp up in twos, it was obvious that the Bitcoin was going to sell off of that higher print right there. And that's what's happened. Bitcoin's getting absolutely murdered. Absolutely murdered, guys. So that's pretty much just a straightforward look at Bitcoin. If you're paying out more on your mortgage, you buy less rubbish. Is that fair? If you pay out more on your car loans, you buy less rubbish. If your grocery bill is a lot higher than it normally is. You buy less rubbish. If your energy bill is higher than it normally is, you buy less rubbish. Well, Bitcoin's one of those products and one of those categories, isn't it? It's just a speculative rubbish, and it finds a lot of buyers when there's a lot of money sloshing around, and it finds a lot of sellers when money becomes tight. People sell their Bitcoin before they sell anything else. Well, I think what we need, Paul, is a reality check. What we need is a reality check. You know, the idea of free stuff just needs to be reevaluated in people's minds. They need to get to explain properly to people, everybody, the people that vote for this kind of stuff. They need to realize that free stuff ain't free. It's just simple as that. It's, you know, there's got to be somebody paid for something at some stage.